Matt LaFleur, and I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying that he can't do it or that this is good. This is a detriment to the team. We're splitting hairs here. We're trying to figure out, and when we're talking about this, and myself personally, it's about the playoff push here, about what needs to be done when we're going to face San Francisco, Seattle, the Vikings more than likely. These teams that are really they're good teams. Like you know, and so I think LaFleur just needs to make sure that although this relationship, you don't want to do anything to sever the goodness of what's being built, there also needs to be like a little line that says, look, I love you to death, Aaron, but at the end of the day, sometimes I'm going to have to do some things that you might not agree with, but I'm only doing them because it's for the betterment of you and the entire team. It's not because I'm trying to be and
I mean, I
think if
think
that
they're
conversation is
there in
had,
that
they'll be fine.
relationship to do that. That's the thing. I think they're comfortable enough to do that because everyone predicted that they're going to blow up on each other. They're going to have arguments nonstop. But what have we seen it week in and week out? Even when they've had their little moments of just their little Rogers telling LaFleur he's angry with the wide receiver because he ran the wrong route, not yelling at LaFleur, or LaFleur going over and saying, "Hey, let's scrap the play. What else can we do?" It's just every other time, it smiles, it's joking, it's laughing, going up. He's fist bumping his coach. Like, I think they're comfortable enough in that perspective that he can go to Aaron and be like, hey, man, let's do this to adjust the game and put you in better positions to get throws available to you. Like, I'm pretty sure if he does it and he words it in a way where he's not feel like he's insulting Rodgers, because Rodgers has a high IQ. I feel like if you come at him and say, "Hey, dude, we got to fix some stuff for your play," it's going to insult his IQ because he's a very intelligent guy. So I feel like if you come at him and word stuff differently, like I feel like Lafleur would be able to do that. But
Wow.
you know what though? There were some other awesome games besides the Packers today.
Well, we'll get back to the Packers, so let's jump into a few things around the league because there's still a lot to get into with them, but we need to take a break from that. I need to collect my thoughts. There's a lot.
I know you needed to rant a little bit.
I wasn't really ranting. I was just, Twitterverse was. They're so hateful to anybody that tries to like. I feel
I
like they
know.
jump down your throat the minute you're not like, well, the Packers won a game against the Redskins and they look like crap, but you know what? They're gonna win the Super Bowl. Well, no. Like I believe they can. Like I don't believe that. But you know what I will say? I will say that if sometimes we do this thing where we're talking and we kind of think like if we were gonna have to compare this to a season, a past season that what how does it kind of feel to try to feel how this one's gonna go in the playoffs? Like we've discussed like in the past, like
To this
that
one,
season really was really like a lot like 2012, or whatever. You just knew that team. You know what I thought about this year? This season is starting to feel a lot like 2010, where like they have the requisite pieces, but it's like always herky jerky. They don't quite seem to always put it together, right? And then
and that's why I said that
there's
they're
like
going to
these
piece it together right before the playoffs.
there's like these juggernaut teams out there because like 2010, remember it was the
Oh, there was
Cowboys,
four.
it
There was
was
four or five teams that should know. The Cowboys, 2010, they
no
weren't
no no
there.
it was the Falcons, the uh
That's the year we went into Atlanta's house and stomped the
the
living
Falcons
shit
were
out
the
of.
one seed,
Yeah,
okay,
that was
and
Tremont Williams'
then
interception before the half.
yep, who was the two seed that year? Was it the Saints? Yeah, because the
No,
Saints
the
got
the
the
two
Saints.
seed was Chicago.
That's right. That's right.
Chicago. That was the year we went in the NFC Championship and beat them in Soldier
Yes.
Field. And that was since we beat Atlanta, we went into Soldier Field.
Yep. That's right. So yeah,
Seattle went to
it feels a lot
Chicago.
like that. It feels like almost like Seattle is Chicago this year. Okay, and it feels like San Francisco is the Atlanta Falcons, and then New Orleans is like the Eagles. Okay, they're like really good. And they're doing really good, but like they start to show that there's some holes, and particularly with their quarterback and their
Potent
defense.
offense, really
Yeah,
bad defense.
Well, the defense was doing really good, but I think like I I have a hard time of going like, okay, well, you can hang up 40 plus points on defense. It's no big deal. Like to me, really good defenses don't get hung 40 plus points on them at any point in the season. Like there's just
Hold on a second. I got to look at something because I was having another feeling to another year, and it was '09 as well. '09, there was a lot of games we won ugly that year, and
well,
there was
I
a
was
couple.
trying to compare it to a year that ended up with us winning a ring, dude.
I got that, but I know what you were getting at, but it gave me a lot of feeling to '09.
'09 was the face mask fumble to end the game,
I know
56-49.
Carlos Dansby.
Oh, you had to remind me of that. Why?
We got to live with it. It's on our sleeves.
But anyway, I didn't get to watch a lot of the other games today.
Yeah, I
So
know. I know what was going on. I know.
I watched a little bit here and there, but yeah. But there was some good games. I was pissed again. I said it this morning. The Bills-Ravens game. Come on. If that would have been on at 4:30, I would have got to. I didn't get. I would have got to watch a little bit of that anyway.
Hey, I was happy with my Titans. Ryan Tannehill had almost, I think, 450 yards.
Yeah, and I got lit up in my fantasy matchup. I got smoked by like 28 points.
Jesus.
Rodgers and Adams killed me. So did Leonard Fournette. Like
Adams look off to you today. He dropped two passes he normally
he
never
doesn't look
drops.
off, but I keep telling you, there's something. They just force everything with him too much.
Yeah,
Like
because
they
it looked
go
like
through,
Rodgers was
they
looking
go
for
through
him all the
stretches
time.
of play calling where everything he's the number one target on that, and then Rodgers just says, "Oh, he's the number one target. I gotta get the ball to Devontae because they call the play where he's the hot route."
I
And
loved that
so
Big
it's
Bob Tanyan got the touchdown, but I wanted Jace to get it when Rodgers threw behind him.
yeah.
I really wanted him to get that touchdown because I felt like, Jesus Christ. And I don't know. I really wanted Jace to get that touchdown.
I will say this. I think Devontae is a little frustrated, and it's not with the team and the playing call. I just think he's having a frustrating season, and I think
From
Rodgers
coming from
knows
what he had
that.
last year, yeah.
Yes, and Rodgers knows that. Those
He wants
guys
to
are
get his boy
close,
up.
and so yes, I think and unlike before, it wasn't like he's just forcing it to him even when he's not the hot route, like in like the L.A. Chargers game when he first came back. It was just like throw the ball to Devontae every time. But I do feel like even LaFleur goes through these stretches where he's like, oh, you know what? We haven't got Devontae involved here. He hasn't touched the ball in a while. And there's like a 3-play stretch where it's just
Yeah.
like Devontae. Well, like, come on now. It's another one of those. It's just, you know what, Dave? All this stuff that we're even talking about, you know what it all is? Do you know what it really is? Honest to God. It's just the small mistakes rookie head coaches make.
Yeah. And he still has 10 wins doing it. That's why I'm as optimistic. And I know I'm still a realist. I still recognize the problems, but he's a rookie head coach that's making the mistakes while winning. Other rookie head coaches in the league, Zach Taylor for a reason, they went ahead, they
You know
got
what?
one win.
And I wasn't trying to be negative,
I know
but
you
I'm
weren't.
trying to be I'm trying to be a
It was a lot of
realist. But
pent
at
up frustration inside of you. I
well,
know.
yeah, but you know what? I'm not trying to rant because I don't really want to
Yeah,
rant
but the
anymore. 'Cause
small
that's
stuff pisses you off. I know
yes, it
you.
does. It irritates me
When you're a
because
professional football player, the small stuff should not be missed.
I
I
can I
completely.
can get the big shit like here's an example of what I would not get mad at. The last George Kittle play, right? Where he gets the big play and the guy
Yeah.
comes up and ends up just face masking the shit out of him, and then he like gronked his ass and just and look, the kid knew at that point he had his face mask. He just kept reefing on anyway. I don't get mad about that because like that was just that's like he's just trying to make the play and make the tackle, and it just happened. And then, it's like once it happens, the flag's going to come out anyway once you realize it. So it's like, why
Well,
let go of it and let him go score the touchdown? It's like you might as well just try to do
Marcus
anything.
Williams. Well, Marcus Williams is the same guy that gave up the touchdown to Diggs in the Minneapolis Miracle.
I know.
So he cost him this game, that game. Whew.
He's still a young player, though. He's only in his third year. To me, that's not a mental mistake. That's a physical mistake because he was going so fast and he was just kind of swatting at the ball. I don't get mad about that because that kind of crap, it's hard to, like, I don't know. It's going to be too hard for me to explain and take up too much time, so I'm not going to get into it. But, yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't make me mad. It's the Rodgers holding on the ball, the Rodgers having piss poor mechanics back there in the pocket when he's not under pressure. Shit pisses me off, man. It really does.
I know it does. I
Because
know.
there's no reason for it. But, going back to what we were talking about, looking at it like that, and the reason I said I'm trying to be a realist and because that is being real.
He's the only head coach in Green Bay history to have 10 wins.
And I can nitpick all the stuff I just went through, and mentioned about all the little things. But at the end of the day, what the hell am I expecting? Like if I'm going to be an honest
It's
person,
not Bill Belichick there. It's a rookie head coach.
And that's what I'm saying is I can't hide behind saying the stuff I said and say, well, I'm being a realist without saying and admitting the fact is that the reality of it is that, well, I am being real about what's on the field. What you said and him being a head coach is also a rookie head coach is also a reality. And so I can't be one and not accept the other. Okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
I wouldn't be being real at that point. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd be just an oxymoron. I'd be trying to say I'm real, but not admitting the other realities of their situation.
Other rookie head coaches,
Hey, only at first and goal do you get analytics self-psychology.
And especially by Dave. I'm surprised by that.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay. So
but anyways.
That was good.
Seriously, though, I got to bring it up, though. He's a rookie head. That's huge. Curly Lambeau. Lombardi. Come on. Freaking Holmgren. Mike Sherman. McCarthy. All these guys had success with this team. Never got to 10 wins.
In their first year.
First year. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, folks. In their first year, rookie head coach,
and
10 wins.
FYI, if they win next week, they clinch a playoff spot, and Matt LaFleur will be the first head coach to win 11 games in his first year as the Packers coach. And also, it's a duel. He will be the first rookie head coach to ever bring this franchise to the playoffs. It's never happened before.
It's literally history we're watching this year with this team. And that's what I keep pointing out to people. This is history right here. And everyone says, oh, yeah, well, every time a game's played, it's history. I'm like, no, this is history that we're watching. People don't understand the metrics of it.
This team is 101 years old. Come on.
Yeah, the history behind it. Literally, the founder, Curly Lambeau, does not have a rookie tenure as a head coach to make the playoffs and get 10 wins. Vince Lombardi, the guy who the trophy is named after, does not have that. Holmgren, the guy who literally helped resurrect the team and calm the wild stallion Brett Favre, does not have 10 wins in his first year.
That's a big
Come
deal.
on.
It's a big deal. It
is, and I'm glad to celebrate it.
It really is a big deal.
Because you go look at the other rookie head coaches, Jay. They're making the mistakes Matt's making, but he's doing it and correcting it and still winning. He's correcting it. That's the thing.
Okay, and here, if I'm gonna keep being real about, okay, because here's the thing about Twitter. It's so final sometimes. You tweet something out because that's what's on your mind, but then once you get a chance to have a conversation with somebody, you're not taking back the tweet. But it's I didn't get my full context now I should have thought about that more. And I'm not